Well, I'm out here on a walk again today. Pretty nice weather. Got a bit of a sunshine. The clouds are kind of passing by periodically. A little bit of a breeze. Today I thought I would share a little about, well, I guess I'd say it's my least favorite plant. And you'll start seeing it come into focus here in just a moment. See if you recognize it. And there it is. I hate this plant with a passion. This is, if you don't already know, the poison oak. It has a great scientific name. Toxicodendron is the genus, and the full name is Toxicodendron diversilobium, and you can see the lobes on the leaves. And it's quite diverse because not all the leaves will have those lobes. So how do I know that this is poison oak? First off, well, if you know your poison oak, the leaves sort of resemble the local live oaks that we have here in California, but the arrangement of the leaves is always in threes. And you see I'm focusing on a variety of these. And at the end of the branches, in all cases, we see leaves of three, as opposed to a plant like this over here, which is a honeysuckle, and it's only got leaves of two, so we can't confuse that. Now, the poison oak, of course, is my least favorite because it's a common cause of contact dermatitis. It has a oil in the leaves called urushiol, and it's not just in the leaves, it's also in the stems. So even in the winter, poison oak is deciduous. It drops its leaves in the winter. And you can see here, this is quite an extensive patch here. I've got to be really careful. I don't want to touch this stuff. Even getting the urushiol on your clothes, if you later rub it onto your skin, you will end up itching as a result and getting a rash. Now the rash doesn't usually show up until about 2 or 3 days often after you've contacted the plant. Some people a little faster than that. And by that point, it's too late to wash it off. So my suggestion is when you're out walking in the California woods and you see a patch like I do here, is if you brush up against any of these, the rule is you go home or as soon as you can, wash yourself off. Wash the skin wherever you've touched it. And if you're lucky, you'll wash it off adequately and you won't have a response. Now, not everybody is allergic, of course. Some people are not. But I wouldn't rejoice too much if you are one of those lucky few that is not allergic to it, because if you were to expose it to your immune system, let's say you pricked your skin and broke the skin with a branch from a poison oak plant, you would likely develop an allergy to it as a result. Now, the poison oak is related to the poison ivy, which many of you that may live on the East Coast have seen. And also, it's in the family Anacardiaceae, which includes such things as the cashew, the pistachio, and the mango. And occasionally, some people have allergies to some of those things that are somewhat related to similar chemistry, although not generally. I enjoy cashews myself. But there are people that do have sometimes problems with that. Now, as I said, this is easy to identify. If other plants around here just don't have those leaves of three, I'm going to go show a live oak here so you can see what I mean, the resemblance between it and a live oak. And here's a live oak plant. And you can see this live oak has like a rosette of leaves, not just three, it's like 3 or 4 at the end, a single leaf at the end. There's a couple of leaves at the end of this one, and so on. So the live oaks, if you look at them, they just simply don't have the 3 leaves at the end. The old saying is, leaves of 3, leave them be. And you also have to watch out for plants that aren't yet in bloom or in leaf. Here's one here that hasn't quite developed leaves yet. And I did say bloom because the poison oak is a flowering plant. It does have a flower. It's not exactly a beautiful flower, but it is a flower. And a little later in the season, maybe I'll take a chance and show some pictures of some of the flowers. And then later, they develop fruits even. And so this is the plant to avoid, my least favorite plant in California. So as you're walking out in the woods, keep your eyes open. And if you get some poison oak rash, well, treat it with some anti-itching cream or some Ruli gel, and don't scratch it. Scratching will not spread it, but it will potentially cause an infection because you may introduce bacteria to the area where you're scratching. So definitely be careful with that. So be warned, when you're walking in the California woods or in other places on the west coast, watch out for poison oak, and in the east, poison ivy. And poison ivy is found all throughout the east and southern U.S. as well. So enjoy your time outdoors, but don't get poison oak.